Mike and Frankel, CageMinds.com. We've got Steve, Mean Machine Garcia. It's been a while. It's great to have you back talking to you.
How you doing, ladies and gentlemen? Nice to be on.
It's been a year. Now we're just a couple weeks past a year anniversary since your last fight. Everybody's big question, where you been, what's been happening?
It's been a little bit of different stuff here and there, but I've been actually dealing with a few injury bugs that won't leave me alone. So I am recovered. So that's why I didn't want to go into a fight injured. That was a big mistake in my last fight. I had some issues going into my last fight, so I did not want to do that again. I want to, come into this next fight with a big statement and try to do that with injuries.
So how much do you look back at that fight with Ken Moy and really pick yourself apart, knowing what physical status you were at entering the cage?
It was kind of hard. Like I couldn't rely on my legs, and that's a big part of my game. Honestly, I almost called it off a few days right before the fight. I couldn't. I had a hard time walking out of the airport. It was pretty bad. So I, said prayers, had everybody praying for me, and I had, God in my corner, thank God, because I don't know how else I would have got through that fight. I just kept praying, give me enough to get this W, I'll heal up, and I'm going to come back stronger. So I looked at that fight. I still look at the fight. I was very disappointed because I know it could have had, different outcomes. It's always in my head, and I always want perfection. So that's always key. I am a perfectionist, so I want to make sure that I'm doing the right stuff at the right time, and it just wasn't happening for me. But kid's super tough. I got to know him. We both went to the emergency room together afterwards. We shared a few Twitter pictures and scars and all that good stuff. So I enjoyed, stepping in the cage with him. He's a genuine guy.
So how much you look back at that fight with a sense of pride then, going the distance, overcoming the adversity, the injury, because from watching you just out of the blue, watching the fight, I didn't know you were injured right away, so you had a great game face on.
You have to. This sport, you can't show any issues or any problems that's going on with you. I mean, that's the problem about, MMA. This sport, you can't show any weaknesses. And I was happy because I pulled stuff from that fight that I'm like, man, I really pushed through some adversities. I fought a tough guy. He was ranked #1 in Connecticut, I believe. And then he did bare knuckle boxing fights and stuff like that. So the kid was good. I don't want to take anything away from him. I just know that if I went in there 100% better, I would have been. I could have had a better finish. I almost got the finish there at the end, but time ran out, and I was kind of bummed about that too.
3 fights in 2014, a knockout of the year candidate. Were you even able to savor in that moment the great knockout?
It was cool. I had a lot of people from Bellator, were super stoked with me, and they couldn't wait to see me fight again. And I was pretty upset that I went into the fight pretty injured the next time, which I was pretty bummed about. But you know what? They still hold me in high regard, so I'm happy about that. I just don't want to disappoint anybody. Anybody here in my hometown, at my gym, my teammates, my family. I don't want to do that. I want to go in there. I want to get W's. I want to get spectacular knockouts like you saw. And I know I'm capable of doing it, and I plan on doing that.
5-0. A lot of us have got to see your amateur career, see your progressions and everything. What do you think it says, though, about you, where you're ranked right now in the division? I believe I saw, you number 5 in the Bellator bantamweight division?
Yeah, it's cool, man. It's pretty neat because I never even thought I'd be here, like standing here, in Jackson-Wink, training with some of the best guys in the world from 8 years ago, meeting up with my buddy Lionel and just learning how to protect myself. So I've grown so much. I've gone very far, thank God, and I'm very blessed. I'm very happy to be where I'm at. I'm 23 years old. I'm in a good organization. They really look out for me, so I'm happy about that. And I have a good support system around me. And
then you bring it up. You're here at Jackson-Wink's now. You've been in and out of this gym before with an associate gym. How long have you been full-time training here?
I've been here since about January. So I've been training here since January. I figured I'd try to make the transition at the beginning of the year just to make a change, get some different looks, and it's working out for me. I love being here. The team atmosphere is awesome.
And then who's been the biggest influence around here on you?
Coach Winklejohn has been a huge influence on me. I mean, I've been working with him almost every week, on a daily basis, and I love working with him. He's a genius. I can see why he's one of the best stand-up coaches in the world, and I enjoy working with him, man. And then of course my dad. My dad handles a lot of my strength conditioning and everything like that. And of course the team. The team here is just, I'm learning stuff every single day. I just learned a few things just rolling on the mats just about 5 minutes ago. So it's awesome.
And then tell us about this hunger and this enthusiasm. It's been a year.
You have no idea. You have no idea. I've been, I can finally, take off the chains. I can go in there and I can perform. And I got 3 more days until my camp is done. So then I'll be safe and secure from all injuries. Because you have a few bumps and bruises that are not going to be an issue. So I'm excited, man. I'm pumped. I've been so hungry. I've been wanting to fight since April. You know what I mean? And it's been hard. It's been hard, but you know what? I don't stop. Especially when I'm determined, you can't stop me. There's nobody in the world that can stop me, especially when I have my eyes on the prize.
We'll talk about some hobbies real quick. You're the Mean Machine, and I know you and Damasio Page. This was some months ago, but you guys got some honorary Mean Machines given to you guys. So tell us about the sponsorships and your love with the guns.
It was cool, man. I haven't got to shoot it as much as I like, but I finally got to shoot it probably a month or 2 ago, and I've had the gun forever. I just been so busy, and I just haven't had a chance to go out and shoot it. But finally, I got a chance to go out and shoot it. It's awesome, dude. I'm sponsored by Mokran's Munition and MMC Armory, and they're a big part of my my sponsors and my support. I talk to him regularly, probably about a few times a month, and I have also connections outside of that kind of keep us all in the loop. So I also want to get his name out there because he has some of the best deals when it comes to ammunition and guns and stuff. I have my own personal embroidered gun, and it has the Mean Machine on it, Steve Garcia, everything like that, and so it's decked out, it's cool. And then my buddy Damasio Page too got his own gun too, and I was like, dude, hop on board, bro. They're good team, so I'm happy to have them.
And then a little bit, let's talk about you as the hunter and how that mixes in with the fighter. We saw, if you follow Steve Garcia on Facebook this weekend, you guys went out there, the family went on a hunting expedition.
Yeah.
Seems like it's deep ingrained with you guys, as is the fighting.
No, man, I've always been a hunter. My dad's been taking us since we were real little, and I come up short this time, but I love being out in the woods in just nature. I find peace up there. So even when I'm running, I train at in Hemis. I have a mountain that I literally run almost every weekend, and it's almost like a peaceful misery in a way. It's kind of weird. It's a weird feeling because I'll go out there and you're running and you're having a hard time breathing because you're at a high elevation. But you look around and it's beautiful, and then you're running, and then boom, you see a few does, and you'll see some elk running, and it's just it's awesome. I think it's awesome.
And what does that do for you mentally heading into the fight on September 25th? Being able to spend that time with the family, get out to nature, have all that stuff right out here, and be able to, get that separation.
I'm a big family guy, so I want to make sure that I never lose that. My family is a big part of my life. I don't party, I don't go out and drink, I don't do any of that stuff. I train hard, and then I go hang out with my family, my lady, and if anything, we'll go out, have dinner and some movies, and we like to play sports. We go fishing, hunting, anything outdoors, man. I enjoy it.
And now we got to talk about the fight. Eduardo Bustillos, 4 wins, 1 loss, 4 stoppages. You're a stoppage machine. What do we expect from this fight?
You better bring your pillow because he's going out September 25th. Because I'm telling you, it's not gonna be pretty. Ain't going past the second again. See that? This guy. You kind of through the grapevine, you kind of hear things, and we have a few guys fighting on the card as well here that just came in probably a week or 2 ago, and they kind of know him. He's getting a big hit from what I'm hearing. So it motivates me even more to deflate it. I'm humble and I've been fighting for a very long time. In this sport, you cannot have a big head because there's only gonna be someone out there that's gonna put you in place. And even if they don't, I fighting with Kim Moy, in a sense, it kind of put me in a place of I really need to work on certain things. It was like a pro and a con. You know what I mean? I went in there with bad injuries. I overcame it, and it was it came out in my decision, which was I'm happy about because everybody wants to win, and I don't train to fight. I train to win. Everybody wants to go in there and fight, and that's great. But I want to win. With
the ranking, with the time off, and with this obvious trash talk coming up, does it motivate you that much more to come out and make a statement in this return?
Absolutely. I don't want to go in there and just slice out a decision. And I did that, and I felt the decision for the first time out of 17, 18 fights in my whole entire career, and it was disappointing. You know what I mean? I was happy to get the W. I was just so disappointed in myself. I went home and I didn't look too good. I mean, I had some bumps and bruises, a couple black eyes and stuff like that, broken hand, sprained MCLs and ankles and stuff like that. So I look back at it, and it's a learning experience. I think I would learn the same thing whether I won or lost, and I'm just happy I got the W. But I'm coming out there with guns blazing, and I'm gonna come out there a lot smarter. Working with Coach Wink and stuff like that, we've been working different techniques, and I feel like it's just gonna be. I'm gonna show up in a different sense. It's not gonna be the same old Steven Machine Garcia. It's gonna be 2.0.
Steve Garcia, September 25th. He's back in that Bellator cage. I gotta thank you for the time, sir. Who'd you need to thank? Who'd you need to shout out to?
Always. I gotta give a shout out to God for sure. That's number one. My family though, my dads, my coaches. Unleashed Sports Nutrition, MMC Armory, Mulkern's Munition, SMI Facility Services, big group of my sponsors. I have Iris too, and all these guys that are coming on board, man. They're a big support. My family, my lady, and you, man. Thanks for coming out and giving me an interview, brother. I appreciate it.
Thank you always.
You're a good one.